Is my voice audible to all? आवाज येतोय का माझा?
Division B, how do you see this one? Division B. Division B. Okay. Oh, very good. Very good. Awesome. Division A, same we are sharing the same. Okay. Now division A, how to see this same way. Okay. Just I start your one simply for ignoring that your attendance. Attendance makes the card attendance. Setting a stand. Second to be open to 9 dot. Second 9 dot is the setting second number 9 dot. And 9 dot like 11 या ठिकाणी तुम्हाला परत काय येतं अकाउंट डिटेल्स आहे या ठिकाणी अकाउंट मध्ये जायचं तो मोबाईलवर जर तुम्ही करत असाल, मोबाईलवरती तुम्ही जर घेऊन जाता, मोबाईलवरती 3 डॉट करायचं, तुमच्या फोनवर जायचं. मोबाईलवर जर तुम्ही जात असाल, आता तुम्ही काय म्हणताय, मोबाईल दुसऱ्याच्या मोबाईलवर जाता, मोबाईल सेटिंग सांगू आणि ही सेटिंग सांगतो, ही सेटिंग पहा, काय पर्सनल इन्फो आहे. आला की तुम्हाला कुठे जायचंय? हॅलो, पहिल्यांदा 9 डॉट मध्ये अकाउंट मध्ये, 9 डॉट मध्ये अकाउंट मध्ये, अकाउंट मध्ये आल्यानंतर इथं पर्सनल इन्फो, पर्सनल इन्फो मध्ये आल्यानंतर त्यानंतर पाहिजे तुमचं नाव, फोटो वगैरे आहे.
Good afternoon to all. Is my voice audible to all of you?
Yes.
Okay. So it is our first class of basic English grammar. Yesterday it was inauguration lecture, due to which we missed our first class. From today we will start our actual class. Okay. Please tell your friends to join fast so that I will continue my lecture. I will wait for 4 more minutes and after that I will start my lecture. Tell your friends to join fast.
लेफ्ट साइडला, तुमच्या लेफ्ट साइडला जा.
How many students are there
लेफ्ट साइडला काय
in your class?
3 डॉट आहे, 3 लाईन आहे. आहे तर त्या 3 लाईन
44. 44. Total strength of this class is 44.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
ज्या मेलनी कनेक्ट होणार आहे, काय बोलतोय, ज्या मेलनी कनेक्ट होणार आहे त्या मेलवरती क्लिक करा.
Until now 30 students have joined this lecture. We will wait for 2 more minutes and after that we'll start our session.
राइट साइड ना, एक मिनिट, तुमच्या लेफ्ट साइडला, तुमच्या मोबाईलच्या स्क्रीनच्या लेफ्ट साइडला, तुमच्या मोबाईलच्या स्क्रीनच्या लेफ्ट साइडला 3 अशा लाईन आहेत उभ्या, आडव्या आहेत का? तुम्ही मोबाईल कनेक्ट होता का? एक मिनिट, मोबाईल कनेक्ट होतो. बोला, आले ना? त्या ठिकाणी तुम्ही या ठिकाणी तुमचं नाव टाका, तुमचं नंबर असेल की कॅपिटल की आणि 801. सपोज कोणाचं बी असेल आणि बी टाका, तुमचा रोल नंबर असेल.
सर मुली वेटिंगला आहेत.
अरे yes, yes. I will make them join.
तुमचं नाव नक्की काय ठिकाणी दोन चेंज झालं दिसेल. केल्यामुळे देश केलं तर आणि खाली सेव्ह ऑप्शन आहे सेव्ह करायचं पर्सनल इन्फो सेटिंग मध्ये पर्सनल इन्फो हा just I will stop the screen just a minute just a minute share my other screen hello सगळ्यांना स्क्रीन दिसते का परत मोबाईलची स्क्रीन शेअर केली आहे या ठिकाणी तुमच्या मेलला तुम्ही गेला मेलला गेल्यानंतर त्याच्या जी साईड फोटो साईड नाही तुमच्या मोबाईलची डावी साईड मोबाईलची डावी साईड तर कीज मध्ये आहे लक्षात जेव्हा कीज मध्ये त्या मोबाईलच्या डाव्या साईडला तीन आहे त्यामध्ये सगळ्यात शेवटी सेटिंग आहे
It's almost 10 minutes, so we'll start our lecture. I will share my screen. Is this screen visible to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I will share some presentation.
Home, personal info, data privacy. Home, personal info. Double personal info मध्ये कुठला दुसरा टॅब दोन नंबर टॅब personal info. Personal info. पावर का? या personal info मध्ये personal info मध्ये तुमचे नाव आहे
Presentation share करायचं. So is this screen visible to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So from today, we are starting our first lecture of certificate course on basic English grammar. So today we will discuss about what we are actually going to study in this session. Okay, so we are going to study 5 units, out of which the first unit is of the parts of speech. First of all, we'll start with our first unit, that is parts of speech. It is very basic English grammar that we are going to study during this session, and there is no any complex or critical grammar or critical sentences that we will learn in this session. We'll start with very simple grammar. Okay, in the first unit, that is parts of speech, we will discuss about the importance of basic English grammar for communication. So what is the importance of basic English grammar in the communication, that we will discuss in this unit. Then the next unit is of nouns, pronouns and adjective. In the next unit, we will study what is noun, what is pronoun and what is adjective. Why we are going to study these units? Because it is very important. Without the parts of speech, or without understanding the parts of speech, it is very difficult to just a second. Yes, is it visible? So,
Yes, sir.
okay, so in this session during 25 days, we'll study 5 units, and these 5 units are based on the basic grammar, basic simple grammar for that we use for our communication purpose. Okay, so in the first unit there are 6 subunits, and these 6 subunits are: first is importance of basic English grammar for communication, and the next is nouns, pronouns and adjectives. We'll study them, we will define them, we will see examples of them. Okay, then next third unit is of verbs. In the verbs, we will study how many types of verbs are there, we will discuss about the definition, and we will study what are the examples. Then after that, we'll have a discussion about adverbs. What are adverbs, how they are used, and how what are their applications. Then the next is prepositions. Prepositions, uh, how many of the prepositions are there, and what is the use of prepositions to construct sentence. While constructing sentence, how we use prepositions, that we will study. Then the next unit is conjunctions and interjection. After that, we'll study conjunctions as well as interjections. Okay, so this is about the first unit. Then the next unit is the second unit is tenses. So what is the tense? How many types of tenses are there? That we will discuss in this topic. So It is very basic grammar that we will see in this course. So in the tense, how many tenses are there? Simple present, continuous present, perfect present, and perfect present continuous. So these are the four types that comes under the present tense. In the past tense, there are also four tenses, four subtypes: simple past, past continuous, past perfect, and past perfect continuous. So these are the four types under the past tense. In the future tense, there are also the four subtypes, that is simple future, future continuous, future perfect, and future perfect continuous. So this is the unit second that we will discuss, and we'll discuss about the tenses. Then the next unit, third unit that we will discuss will be of the voice. So what is the voice? What are the uses of voice? How many types of voices are there? That we will discuss in this particular unit. There are two types: active voice. There are two types of voice: active voice and passive voice. So this is all about the third unit, that is voice. In the fourth unit, we'll discuss about the types of sentences. How many types of sentences are there? What are their uses and what are their examples that we will study in this particular unit. So in the types of sentences, there are also two groups, A group and B group. In the A group, there comes assertive, interrogative, exclamatory, and imperative sentences. And in the B group or B types of sentences, there are three types: simple, compound, and complex. So this is the fourth unit, that is types of sentences. And the fifth unit is of the direct and indirect speech. So how many types of speeches are there, that we will discuss in this particular topic. How many types of speeches are there? What is the use of speech? That we will particularly discuss in this topic. So there are direct speech as well as indirect speech. Okay, so this is all about our syllabus. Let's take an recap once again. There are 5 units that is included in our course. So unit first is of parts of speech. Then its subunits are importance of basic English grammar for communication, or what is the use of language, that we will discuss in this unit. So next is nouns, pronouns, and adjectives. What are the nouns? How many types of nouns are there? That we will discuss. Then same about the pronouns, adjectives, verbs, adverbs, prepositions, conjunctions, and interjections. So in this unit, first unit, we will study about the parts of speech. In the second unit, we will study about the tenses and how many types of tenses are there, that we will study in this second unit. In the third unit, we will study voices. Okay, so what is the use of voices? How many types of voices are there? There are two types: active voice and passive voice. Then in the fourth unit is about the types of sentences. We'll study how many types of sentences are there. In this unit, and in the last and fifth unit, there we will study about the direct and indirect speech. So this is about the syllabus of our course. We'll start with the very basic and introductory chapter. Let me share some files with you. Is this presentation visible to all of you? Yes?
No, sir.
No?
No, sir.
Just a second. I will sort out. Now, is it visible?
No, sir.
Just a second. Okay. Okay. Now, is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, first of all, I welcome all of you to Suraj College of Engineering, Pandharpur. This is the lecture series on basic grammar. Okay. So, first of all, we'll study or we will have a brief discussion about the importance of English and what is the language, what is its use, that we will study in this lecture. And from next lecture we will start our actual syllabus. Okay, so what is the importance of English, that we will discuss in this lecture. First of all, what is language? That will try to know through this presentation. Okay, so language is our primary source of communication. It's the method through which we share our ideas and thoughts with others. So without language, is it possible to share our ideas or thoughts with the person that we are talking to or we are speaking to? No, because it needs a language, or there must be some communication or language or sign language to know what someone is trying to speak or someone is trying to uh, share with you. Okay, so language is our primary source of communication. It's the method through which we share our ideas and thoughts with others. Some people even say that language is what separates us from animals and makes us human. Many of us know that we are humans and we have the ability to speak, or we have the ability to think or create things. So language is one of them, that we have the ability to speak or create or use the language. Animals don't have that ability. Only we human can form the speech. Okay, have you ever seen that dog is or some pet dog or puppy is speaking with you in a language? No, because uh, animals can't have that ability to uh, animals don't have that ability to create or to speak in a language. That is why we humans are unique. There are thousands of languages in the world. Yes. Countries have their own national language in addition to a variety of local languages spoken and understood. There are thousands of languages in the world. Countries have their own national language in addition to variety of local languages spoken and understood by their people in different regions. So, in a there are various or different regions in India also and in the world also. Okay, so in every region, language changes. If we go from our village itself, if we enter to another village or another city, let's take example of Solapur and Pune. Okay, so Solapuri Marathi is very different from Puneri Marathi. Okay, so in every I think there must be a there may be a proverb that in Marathi that मला वाटतं काहीतरी महिला महिला महिलाला भाषा बदलते एक महिलानंतर भाषा बदलते असं काहीतरी म्हण आहे आपल्या इथं तर taking to that reference our Solapuri Marathi is little bit different from that of Puneri Marathi, and Puneri Marathi is different from that of Nagpuri Marathi, okay, or Kokni Marathi. So there are thousands of languages in this world. Some languages are spoken by millions of people, but others by only few thousand. Okay, so some of languages are there, like such as our English language, or say Chinese language. These are the languages which are spoken by millions of people. As China's population is more in the world, they are at the top rank. Because of that, their language is spoken by millions of people. And English is the worldwide language. It is the language which is accepted by all over the world. So that is why these are the languages which are spoken by millions of people. But there are some languages like tribal languages or tribal speeches that are only used by only few thousand. Okay, so this is the difference. Then the next slide is, okay, why do we learn English? What is the use of English? So why is the need to learn English? So English was originally the language of England, but through the historical efforts of British Empire, it has become the primary or secondary language of many former British colonies such as United States, Canada, Australia, India, African continent, Asian continent. So English or British peoples have ruled over India, American continent, African continent, Asian continents, and the countries which comes under these continents. So also our India also comes under the British colonies. Okay, so Britishers were the coloniers, and we were the colonies of British Empire. Okay, so that is why English came in India. Okay, so currently English is the primary language of not only countries actively touched by British impression, but also many business and cultural spheres dominated by those countries. So in current situation, there is not much difference between uh, countries actively touched by British impression or British people, but Many business and cultural spheres are also dominated by those countries. So it is a language of Hollywood. Yes, English is a language of Hollywood and the language of international banking and business. So in international banking and business also, English is the only language which is used, and that is why it is very important to have a command or have an ability to speak or learn English. Okay, so as such, it is useful and even necessary language to know. So this is the third slide. Then the next slide is so some others reasons are also there to learn English. So one of them is globalization. So globalization has covered all the aspect of life. Uh, even globalization, because of the globalization itself, we came close to each other. We can uh, communicate with these apps like Zoom or Google Meet. We can share our study materials, we can share our thoughts, we can share our pictures, videos through this uh, multimedia websites. Okay, so that is why globalization has covered all the aspects of our life. So deep understanding is very important in every field. Without proper communication, it is not possible to be in connection. So can we be in the connection with the world if we don't have the communication facilities like our cell phone or mobile, or if we don't have WhatsApp or Telegram or Instagram or Facebook? Can it be possible to be in connection with other world? No. So that is why it is very important to have a knowledge of this language. Therefore, it is important to know how English language has united all the people or all the people of world. Okay, and that is why it is called as universally accepted language. Coming to the next, there are what are the reasons to learn English? So we will see them. It is essential for work. Yes, our official language is for Maharashtra. Marathi is our mother tongue and official language, and another language is English. So that is why English is necessary to speak, or English is necessary to learn to do our official works. The next is it is universal language. It will open the door of new cultures. So if we want to know the cultures uh, along all over the world, or cultures in our country itself, then which language will help us? It is the mother tongue, or either mother tongue or English. So that is why uh, this is the reason to learn English. The next is you will travel comfortably. So for traveling also, if you will go to southern states or northern states, then or out of our state, Maharashtra state, then we will have knowledge of our English or that particular state language. If we will go to the southern states, then we will be fluent in, or we will have some knowledge of their language, such as Malayalam, Telugu, or Tamil. But if we don't know, or if we can't, or we don't know how to speak these languages, then either there is an option to have a knowledge of English, because those people or those South Indian peoples don't speak in Hindi. They are very proud of their South Indian languages. Okay, so that is why English will make our travel or our journey comfortable. The next is, it is the most open language. In English language, there are many words which are added from all over the world or all over the languages. From that languages, they have picked some words and they have added in their dictionary. Take for an example, there are some words like roti or um, chapati or curry. These are the words which are added from Indian languages. So that is why it is most open language. The next is language of art and literature. It is the language of art and literature. Uh, if that if you are a writer and if you want to be famous in all over the world, then you will have to write your article or whatever the piece of your writing or literature, that you will have to write in either English language or that universally any language that is universally accepted. But English is the most efficient language, and that is why all the writers or artists or laureates or literature students write their piece of art uh, in the English language. So it is important. Then it eliminates the weaknesses. Yes. Okay, these are the reasons. Then next is the power of English language. So what is the power? People know the importance of it, and that is why this language is taught as a basic language in every state. So this is one of the important feature. The next is, speaking internationally, it would be really difficult to prosper in this world without knowing the language. Okay, so if we want to survive or if we want to prosper in this uh, is my voice audible to all of you? आवाज येतोय का
Yes,
माझा?
sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, because it here internet is somewhat fluctuating. Network is not uh, fluent. Okay, so okay. So speaking internationally, it will be very difficult to prosper in this world without knowing English. The next is, when it comes to globalization, the first language that comes to our mind is of English. Okay, so globalization or language of globalization is what? English language. The next is to create a world of ethically responsible, equitable, and tolerant. The English language plays a key role. Okay, so if we want to be ethically responsible, नैतिक दृष्ट्या जबाबदार, इक्विटेबल, म्हणजे if we want to be equitable means having same or having same strata, and tolerant means what? संयमी. तर then the English language plays a key role. So this is the power. Okay, the next is, you can get from each field event in business communication with customers and other delegates. It is very important to exchange and share our thoughts and innovations. Thus the business grows. If we want to grow our business, then we have to share our ideas and thoughts, or we have to exchange thoughts and innovations with other group or other similar participants or other similar partners, okay, to grow our business. Okay, that is why this is the point. Then okay, the next point is English is the international common term. It is spoken all over the world. That is why it is called an international common term. Then there are several factors that make the English language essential to communicate in our current time. So there are several factors over there which make English language essential, गरजेची बनवून टाकतं ते, to communicate in our current time. It is very important to have a knowledge of English language. It is very essential to communicate with others or to know whatever is there, whatever knowledge is there in all over the coming from all over the world. So the next is first of all, it is the most common foreign language. This means that two people who came from different countries usually use English as a common language to communicate. This is also called lingua franca or connecting language. So English is also called as a lingua franca or connection language, because if we are coming from Indian subcontinent or Asian continent, and if we want to if we want to communicate with that European people or American people, then we will have to speak in English or we will have to communicate in English with them. Okay. So that is why it is this is also called as a lingua franca. The next is that's why everyone needs to learn the language in order to interact at international level. The next is speaking it will help you communicate with people from countries all over the world. Okay, so speaking with English language, it will help you to communicate with people from countries all over the world. Is it understood? समझते का है?
Yes, sir.
Okay. The next is it is the language of education. Yes. As we are taking education of, or you are taking education of engineering, so it is very basic step, or it is very basic that your all syllabus is in English language. You will have to study this course syllabus or this engineering course syllabus by using English as a medium of your language. So that is why it is the language of education. Some of the people are coming very late. So it is first lecture. That is why I'm allowing you to attend this lecture. Hereafter, you will have to present to my lecture within first half hour. Okay, so I will I will make your attendance only if you are presenting or you are attending my lecture in first half hour. Okay, so please be attentive. Then yes, so it is the language of education. English is very essential in the field of education in many countries. children are taught and encouraged to learn English as a second language. Then next is almost 90% of educational subjects are written in English. Okay, so as you are an engineering student, your syllabus or 90% your syllabus or educational subjects are also written in English language. You have subjects like graphics, engineering graphics, or mechanical engineering, or electrical engineering. So these are the subjects, and uh, for engineering, they choose English medium as a language. Okay, so almost 90% of educational subjects are written in English. Even in the countries where it is not an official language, such as Netherlands and Sweden, we can see that they are also having their syllabus of science and engineering written in English language. The next is because of its the dominant language in the sciences, most of the research and studies you will find them in the English language. So that is why it is called as language of education. At the university level, students in many countries study almost all their subjects in English in order to make the material more accessible to the international students. Okay, so at the university level also, students of many countries, coming from many countries, study their subjects by using English as a medium of answer or medium of communication. Okay, this is all about the language of education. The next is it is the language of travel and business. Okay, so it's 2:50 now, and we have 10 more minutes uh, to end this lecture. So before uh, continuing our lecture, I will first mark your attendance. So give me your attendance. I will call your roll number, and you will have to wait for a few minutes, and I will mark your attendance. Okay, so is roll number 3 present? Roll number 3 not present. Is roll number 9 present? Okay, so I have marked your attendance. The absent roll numbers, I will call the absent roll numbers. If some of them are present, then they will have to intend me, okay? Tell me that if you are present. So absent roll numbers are roll number 3, roll number 9, roll number 13, 16, 20, 21, 25, 27, 28, 32, 34, 35, 36, 38, 39, 40. So these are the absent roll numbers. Total strength of your class is 44 students. Okay. Roll number 44 is last, no? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So
Sir, 20 is present.
roll number 20.
Yes.
Roll number 20. Yes, roll number 20 is present. Anyone who is present, but I have not marked his presentee. Okay. Roll number 25 is also present, na? Sarthak Lokhande.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So remaining are the present numbers. Okay. So moving towards our
पिक्चर घ्या हा अहो तुमचं प्रोफाइल नेम चेंज करा की प्रोफाइल नेम चेंज करा की
So PowerPoint presentation. तर विद्यार्थ्यांनो काय झालंय माझं ते परत शेअरच होईना ते प्रेझेंटेशन दिसत नाही. Okay, it is almost 2:59. It is almost 3. So we will stop here. But before ending our meeting, मला एक सूचना द्यायची तुम्हाला. तर तुमच्याकडं सगळ्यांकडं गुगल मीट ॲप आहे का फोनवर?
Yes, sir.
जर ज्यांच्या कुणाकडे नसेल गुगल मीट तर त्यांनी ते प्ले स्टोर वरून डाउनलोड करा. कारण झूम मीटिंग ॲप वापरताना थोड्याशा अडचणी येतात मला. माझ्याकडे आहे गुगल मीट ॲप आणि मी ते चांगल्या प्रकारे वापरू शकतो. पण झूम कधी मी वापरलेलं नव्हतं याच्या आधी. माझी पहिलीच वेळ आहे ही वापरायची. तर सगळ्यांनी काय करा, तुम्ही गुगल मीट ॲप डाउनलोड करा. आपण पुढचे लेक्चर जे आहे ते आपण शक्यतो काय करूया, गुगल मीट वरूनच घ्यायचा प्रयत्न करूया. इज इट ओके फॉर ऑल?
Yes, sir.
Just try to or just go to YouTube or any other websites, and there you can see or you will find that there are many videos to how to download and how to operate the Google Meet app. So just see those videos and please install Google Meet app in your mobile, so that from next lecture we will start our lecture or we will conduct our lecture on Google Meet app. Is it okay? Okay, so thank you for joining this lecture. We'll stop here. Okay, you can leave this meeting now. Recorder होता ना सर ते? Stop record.